Parker Pearson believes, thousands traveled to the area to take part in rituals marking the cycle of life and death. In great processions, they walked down the wide avenues to the River Avon that runs between these two monuments. On this journey, they took their dead to join the ancestors at Stonehenge, and in return, received from the ancestors the gift of life and fertility. This is the theory. Now Parker Pearson must find the evidence.
If this theory works, then there should be some kind of settlement close to Stonehenge, and there should be an avenue linking it to the river, just as there's an avenue from Stonehenge to the river. So are we going to find that there was actually a city there? Are we going to find that there's nothing there at all? Or are we going to find something completely different? It's very important that we investigate.
If he's right, Parker Pearson's theory will transform our understanding of this prehistoric world. One of these sites that was part of this sacred landscape lies just north of Stonehenge. Known today as the Cursus, this is the largest of the monuments surrounding the stone circle. An earthwork enclosure stretching over 2.5 kilometers. It was once thought to be a racetrack for Roman chariots, but Parker Pearson believes it holds clues to the meaning of Stonehenge. Today, excavations along the side of the Cursus uncover deep ditches, and now the team finds evidence that begins to unlock its secrets.
At the very bottom of this great deep ditch, down here, beneath this chalk rubble, we found an antler, part of an antler pick, which is one of the tools that was used to excavate this ditch back in Neolithic times. And that's the first time that we've got proper dating evidence right on the base of this ditch, which is going to tell us precisely when this ditch was dug.
The radiocarbon dating of the antler pick reveals the Cursus was built 500 years before Stonehenge. Evidence that this land had been sacred for centuries. But it seems the Cursus played a special role at the time of Stonehenge. Previous excavations have uncovered burial sites south of the Cursus where the stone circle stands, but none to the north. To Parker Pearson, this suggests the Cursus became a dividing line, marking off the land surrounding Stonehenge as sacred. Parker Pearson's belief that this is a sanctuary for the spirits of the dead challenges the long-held view of Stonehenge as a temple to the ancient gods of the sun. It also raises a fascinating possibility.
You could see this as a city for the dead, a domain of the dead, a place that was set aside for them within this dramatic landscape. And I thought, well, if that's the case, then there's got to be a domain for the living.
If Stonehenge is reserved for the spirits of the dead, Parker Pearson must now find evidence of the living.
The Unexplained Marathon, all day today on National Geographic Channel.
Parker Pearson's investigations lead him to a site 2.5 kilometers away from the stone circle.
So he's examining Stonehenge and looking for any villages that may have existed near or by
the Cursus, the boundary
and how about
Pearson
how the
believes
people lived
defines
and
the
what
sacred
road they
zone,
walked on.
lies another monument at a place called Durrington
Aha.
Walls.
a second Stonehenge,
Here, a
but made of
vast
wood
circular
instead of
earthwork known as
rock.
a henge dominates the landscape. 20 times the size of Stonehenge, it was surrounded by a ditch
one
and
for
a bank
sacredness to the
5.5
dead, another
meters
for
deep and
sacredness
over
to the
9
living.
meters wide.